The gun, Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get. Here's Stafford. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic. From the gun, it's Lance. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described.
Throwing now is Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. On second down, a run with Dallas. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
Figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get through at the end, that's all you're looking for.
Running back, and it could turn into a big game downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Bray with him just kicking the extra points as well. On second and 10, Lance. And oh, that is going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some plays. All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tease Tabor. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory. Now Jackson on first down. Got his man there. It's Wallace, complete. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his right. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow. That ball comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It'll be a loss of 6 yards. Here's Stafford. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making big.
Play action. It's Jackson. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on. Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35. Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion? They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And they'll get the...
That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Out to his left. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be marked down right at the 20.
And there's another completion.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him.
Expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these 8.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 36 yards. And the Seahawks extend their lead yet again. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up
Lightly, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the...
Airing at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Jackson will throw again. Left side caught by Diggs. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA. On second down, here's Penny. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not. They go play action now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar. They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective. Jackson. Flushed out right. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. Stafford now to throw. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
And they tackle him for a loss.
Stafford on third down. And that is incomplete. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at working from the gun. Lance. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Malik Harris. Lance now on third and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To pad their stats a bit, but as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Illegal touching, offense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, 5. Stafford looks to throw again. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first. They'll run for it with Akers. And this winds up a disaster nowhere near the marker. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Seahawks are going to take over the 4. Play action. Now it's Lance. Rolling to his left. Left side here. That's the tight end Fant. He's been big. On first down, Lance. Buying time to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the target.
large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does. That one looks like he'll throw here and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles,